What's good, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Golden 83, and I am here to do a monthly manifestation for the sign of Leo. Okay, Leo, you guys are second in the zodiac lineup for group one. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. Remember, you guys, these are general messages, not personal. So take what resonates and pass the rest to the next. Okay. So, of course, we are literally at the end of May, and I am trying to push to get these monthlies done, but it may not happen. I think Spirit has been wanting me to kind of like take a break a little bit mentally, and between work, I've just been really bogged down energetically, and the energy has been slightly low. But I'm still pushing to try and get you guys a reading though. Okay. Um, Definitely, I mentioned in the Libra reading is primarily because also NBA season. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. Playoffs have been really good this year, and so for this season, so Celtics in the finals was good, and so I've been kind of wrapped up in that too. So please forgive your girl. That is how I de-stress as of as of this year. That is my go-to for real. Okay, is basketball season. So nonetheless, I'm going to pretty much try my best to stay in past tense when it comes to the moon phases as we talk about those in the reading. The month of May is talking about reoccurring changes that carried over from April, should have been completed for you guys. The full moon for the month of April was on the 23rd, and again for the month of May. Okay. Um, Meaning that's where that change is coming in at, this being also the fifth month of the year. Okay. Um, have that inner strength to make changes as needed, because the seventh was a new moon. Okay. And so going into whatever your primary goal is to achieve for yourself, um, Leos, whether it be personal or materialistic, you have to make some changes and have the inner strength to do it, or had the inner strength to do it on the 7th. Then we had the 15th, which was the first quarter moon. Don't worry about playing catch up or falling behind. Okay, as I just stated before, it's for a good reason. Okay. Whatever that reason is, only you will know what that reason is. And come the 23rd is that full moon energy of a completion of maybe an understanding of why things moved or happened the way that they did, and doing again 5 and 1, following your intuition, looking and kind of reevaluating things, not in the sense of uh, trying to focus on what it is that you want, but primarily just to review, okay, things that have transpired, okay? So that is what I feel is going on for you guys, Leo. So what we're going to go ahead and do is get into the bulk of your reading here as we're 4 minutes in. And we're going to go ahead and shuffle for you guys for the month of May for Leo. Messages for the month of May for Leo. Like I said, this is pretty much going to be laid out in past tense because we are now at the end of May. I'll be very shocked if I can get everyone's sign done. And May's may roll into June's a little bit. And I may change the readings up just a tad to kind of accommodate that. Kind of saw a way for me to do it. Hopefully everybody will be able to keep up with it, and then hopefully get back in the swing of things for the month of July. Okay. So I'll be doing a push. So maybe preliminary readings might be a little, dwindling. Again, trying to even finish up the energy shout outs has been kind of an obstacle. But I am down a few more than what I was. So that is progress. All right. So one from the top, which is for that new moon energy. One from the bottom, which is for first quarter moon energy, which was on the 15th. And then one energetically from the middle. And I think I'm gonna go with where my eye was going at first. One from the middle, which is for that full moon energy. We'll clarify in a moment with the rider's weight for all of these once we see what the energy is. Okay, so what was the mindset towards your intention or goals, Leo, for the new moon on the 7th? Nothing will come of this situation. Okay, nothing will come of this situation. So, Leos, that's interesting because of the fact that this card came up in Libra's reading at the end as far as their completion, okay, of nothing coming of a situation. So sometime in this, maybe the week of this new moon on the 7th, something, either you came up with something and nothing is going to happen with it, or nothing did happen. Maybe you mentioned something to someone and it was pretty much ignored in a way. And so it's at that moment best to leave it where it is and let someone come to you about the situation, Leos, in the sense of a waiting game, if you will. Now, I don't know, you might have some connection with the Libra in a way, maybe dating one or working with one, but I think it's dating possibly, that something you mentioned to them is just nothing is being said at this point. Okay. Now, I don't know whether or not if that's, again, these readings are primarily geared for Libra, sun, well, all signs, sun, moon, rising, and occasionally Venus. Okay. It just all depends on what I feel from the universe. Okay. And so let's see what was going on as far as the 15th for the first quarter moon. Okay. And we have a personal issue reaches resolution, Cancer energy. Okay. A personal issue reaches resolution. This is not the first time that this card has came out. I think not in April, maybe in March this came out for a sign. Cancer is here. You could be dealing with a Cancer, or someone has Cancer in their birth chart. Okay. But nonetheless, it's an honorable mention anytime when I mention a particular sign. You don't have to really, cling on to it, but only if it suits you. Okay. But obviously, from being ignored to finally getting some kind of resolve, depending on, I can't really get a read, and I'm really not trying to dig too much or pry, because again, this is all past energy that we're referring to as far as, did you make any progress come that first quarter moon with this situation? And obviously you have. Okay. In the sense of that person came to you, you kind of resolved it. Maybe it was just some kind of misunderstanding, and you kind of got a little bit overzealous in, or irrational in your behavior or reaction to their non-reaction. Okay. Worst thing you can ever do, Leo, is continuously make assumptions about someone instead of just asking them. Okay. That is the better thing. Me personally, I'm more of a direct person. So if I want to know something and, it's kind of plaguing me, I am going to ask. Now, if someone chooses to be immature about it and not say anything, I can't just automatically assume that they're ignoring me. I will, pretty much look at both sides of things, especially depending on how well you know a person, what their schedule is. They might be busy, give them time to think and process. Maybe they didn't see it. There's all kinds of variables, okay? So you have to be willing to be a little bit flexible, okay? So, and maybe that was part of also that resolution, okay? Now, let's see what the full moon energy on the 23rd brought you, Leo, with is the intention or goal being achieved? Is the intention or goal being achieved? And a time to give rather than take. A time to give rather than take. Virgo energy here, okay? And that is full moon completion, okay? On the 23rd, changing how you normally behave, okay? And when it comes to particular situations, all right? It's better to give maybe understanding. Maybe it's time to give in a way of consideration, compassion, sympathy, okay, rather than to take or want someone to continuously feed or give to you, okay? So it's time to switch that up, Libras, and see how well it goes for you when you do that, okay? Hopefully you're already in that frame of mind, okay? So let's get into clarifying here where we have the Five of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, okay? Knight of Pentacles is facing away from this Five of Cups. Again, Five of Cups, if you've been rocking with me long enough, is disappointment, regret, things of that nature, okay? And maybe you feel or had felt a little bit disappointed in someone's offer, okay? In which they probably took their offer and went elsewhere, okay? Because you didn't want to take them up on it, maybe because it wasn't good enough for you in a way, and now you kind of regret it because maybe it caused some form of distance, okay? But when it comes to the Five of Cups, instead of focusing on the loss with those three cups in the front knocked over, there are still cups remaining, okay? So either you're someone who has, again, this isn't Seven of Cups, but I'm still going to mention the probability of having options on the table. There could have been some room for negotiations when it came to that particular offer, Leo, and hopefully you considered that, and hopefully that person was willing to hear you out about it, okay? So here we have the Five of Cups yet again, and then the Knight of Cups, okay? What did I just say? So now here we have the Knight of Cups coming back to add to this cup, okay? Which, go figure, I'm putting this right here, these two right here in front of a personal issue reaches resolution, okay? These cups together equal out to 6. 6 is talking about sharing, okay? So some form of resolve where someone was willing to come back and state their feelings about something, possibly that particular, previous situation where you thought nothing was going to come of it, okay? So let's shuffle again. 3 shuffles here. This is the last split of the deck before we shuffle and lay it out. The Knight of Cups now facing away, and now the Ten of Wands, okay? Ten of Wands, possibly someone informing you or you stating that you are, pretty busy. You've got a lot on your shoulders right now, and so, not really time to talk right now, okay? And so that possibly could have been part of the situation of nothing coming of it, as far as being able to really talk about feelings or having a middle ground of some sort, okay? So last shuffle here. as we go ahead and we cut the deck. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe, Leo, so you can be notified the next time I do a reading for your sign. Plus, it would really help me out, okay? But do what you feel. Now, one from the top, which is for the new moon energy, one directly from the bottom, which is for the first quarter moon energy, and then one energetically from the middle. And I'm going to go to this one here, even though my eyes shifted maybe about 3 times, landed on this one for the full moon energy. We'll look at the bottom of the deck momentarily to see what the overall outcome of this spread is. But let's see what's clarifying these moon phases, okay? Nothing will come of this situation is being clarified by, go figure, the Lovers, okay? So this is definitely clarification for me that this is obviously in regards to some form of relationship, okay? It could be something platonic for others of you if it's not a full-fledged romantic relationship, okay? It could be just a situation, like I said, between maybe, I'm not going to say just a single person, but it could be multiple people, Leos, in which maybe you trying to reconnect in a way, or maybe trying to, there's something that isn't happening as you thought it would as it pertains to dealing with other people, okay? Again, I know that sounds very vague, okay? But this is about moon energy, okay? And moon energy is very hidden, okay? It kind of helps reserve my energy a bit when I'm dealing with these readings, okay? And there's something in particular, obviously, multiple signs attached to this Lover's card that is not allowing me to see everything. And it would be too many variables to determine what is which for someone. But take what was said, possibly in the main spread, and apply that as needed, okay? But something that you want to happen is possibly not going to be able to happen when you want it to happen, Leo, okay? And so you may have to reroute some things, okay? And that's again for either Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus in Leo, okay? Let's see what's going on in the first quarter moon energy. A personal issue reaches resolution, and we have the Emperor, okay? The Emperor coming in on that first quarter moon energy. Now, there could be something where someone decided they are going to take the lead come the 15th, possibly, and maybe be the bigger person kind of vibe in dealing with whatever the personal issue is, okay? Maybe someone is taking the lead on helping you, Leo, or you are taking the lead to finally get things resolved or get things moving, okay? That could be what the situation is. As far as really, sometimes it feels like you're pulling teeth trying to get people to get together. And I think it's about timing, it's about confidence, if it's business related, or sometimes even in personal matters. Someone has to take the lead, okay? And so either you or someone else has chosen to do so in order to resolve some things, okay? Now, let's move on to this full moon energy with a time to give rather than take is being clarified by the High Priestess, okay? By the High Priestess. Seeing, like I said, seeing both sides of things, okay? I personally, whenever I think that, I automatically refer to or feel Gemini energy. in the sense of, while most people like to say Geminis could be two-faced, they aren't really two-faced. It's just if you rub them the wrong way, you'll get one side. If you do right by them, you'll get the other side. But which is plain and simple, and I think that's with anyone. But really, in the sense of Gemini, they are able to look at things from a different perspective than their own, okay, in order for them to come to a final conclusion, okay. And so, with a time to give, then take, you already know that, as far as how to make things right, okay, or how to get things back together or where they were, is to take the time. This is not hangman energy, but this could be you, like I said, the 16th, the 15th, taking the time to kind of review and go back on things, to see maybe coulda, shoulda, wouldas, how things could have been, and how things can be, dependent upon what you say, and if you are more giving than taking, or playing a particular card to the chest, as far as, I don't want to really say what I want to say because y'all may feel away, all right? So I'm trying to avoid that at all costs. Your girl is a little tired, okay? So I don't have the energy today for it, okay? I'm sorry. But nonetheless, so I really I don't want to get into it with y'all like that, okay? Now, let's see what is at the bottom of the deck for the overall is a 9 of Wands, okay? So we already saw the 10 of Wands come out, okay? So now the 10 of Wands goes in hiding and becomes the 9, okay? So wounded warrior situation, okay? And like I was going to say, and maybe that's why Spirit stopped me, so it's still going to come out, playing the victim, okay? And maybe blocking some people out, Leos, based off of not wanting to give more than what others are giving to you. It's a situation of you get what you give, and you give what you get, okay? And again, this Emperor is here to state someone needs to be the bigger person, okay? And sometimes being the bigger person is understanding someone else's feelings and concerns and thoughts and opinions over our own, because everyone has feelings, and everyone should be allowed to express those feelings, as long as it's not in a hateful way, okay? I believe in listening to someone, understanding where someone is coming from, because I would want that from them as well, okay? I know it is a very simple narrative, in the sense of do unto others as you would want done to you, okay? And so if you don't want anyone yelling at you, and you know you wouldn't yell at anyone, why would you do that to someone, okay? So while feeling like wanting to isolate yourself, I myself have done it. First of all, we were all forced to do it with the pandemic, but even before then, you may have been starting to give or feed people with a long-handed spoon, and so even after and everything opening back up, that same old adage is still there again, in the sense of maybe feeling like you were right, or maybe you just need to take a time out from someone, to really get your thoughts together and how to move forward with someone, okay? Or in moving period, okay? As far as maybe your personal growth. So that's a good place to be at, Leos. And again, I know that felt like I was going every which way with that, because I sure enough felt like I was. But Spirit was leading me to get to the right message, to the right sets of Leo, okay? And it definitely feels like there are multiple sets of Leos out there with different messages, as always with you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I think between you and Cancer, definitely those collectives always have me going around the bend. Okay. So right now we're going to check to see if there are any messages of support for you guys to achieve or manifest your goals. And that's one that jumped out on its own. I'm going to go ahead and take it. I believe Spirit is saying 2 messages and now maybe 3 for Leos. Messages of support for Leos to manifest and achieve their goals, Spirit. I felt this one getting ready to hop out, so I'm going to go ahead and take that one too. And then we just need one more. I'm going to go ahead and stop shuffling. Spirit says to cut. And we'll go down to the bottom one of the deck, which I'm going to start first. Not yet. We're going to go to the ones that came out by feeling. Prosperity to start. Okay, prosperity. Okay, prosperity. It says a prosperous business with riches and success. A prosperous business with riches and success. You do have this Emperor card that came out during your reading. You have High Priestess. Again, the Lovers, only in the sense of maybe becoming very passionate about something that you want to pursue. Again, if that is the case where nothing will come of the situation, maybe it's an idea that you had that you thought could be a business, and you can scratch that and kind of reinvent the wheel, and it's the second idea that is more prosperous. Okay, or I'm hearing or vice versa. It's vice versa. Whatever your second idea was not a great idea, but your first one was. Okay, for someone. All right, still not going to negate the other, because it could go either way. And this is a prime example of looking at things from both sides. Okay, now let's see what the second message is, and it's the handy dandy Philosopher's Stone. Okay, Philosopher's Stone, which has been coming out a lot lately, primarily I think between February and March, and I think in January when I first started, for the first 3 months of the year. Powerful manifestations of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. Powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. Okay, Philosopher's Stone. Within creating whatever it is that you are doing, Leo, you will get very philosophical with things. You will be very in depth. You will also feel very energized in your thought process of creating whatever this is that you are working on, which potentially for some of you is what causes the isolation, is because you really want to get your hands dirty with this idea and really get the ball rolling. Okay, again, if I can stay on time with these, I hope you can kind of utilize the organization of these readings as far as around the moon phases to set your particular goals, as far as, helping you with your progress. Okay, hopefully it's helpful to you in some way. All right, that's the whole purpose of these readings. Now, you have at the bottom of the deck protection. Okay, protection is the last message. Strong protective magic for the family and the home. Strong protective magic for the family and the home. So, protect your ideas. This 9 of Wands, okay? 10 of Wands, like I said before, did come out and is about having a lot on your plate, carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders, again, trying to get something off the ground. And so you don't really have time, all right? But we'll see what happens with the rest of your readings if wand energy comes back out and kind of reduces itself from these higher ones to something a little bit more manageable. Okay, now let's get into what is the energy of the present self of Leo with the elemental deck here. We'll give it 3 shuffles, and then we'll refer to the bottom of the deck for where your energy is at presently as you receive this reading. Feel free to take the time, Leo, to kind of write out those messages, those key notes, and kind of use them maybe on a vision board or to motivate you in your journey, whether it be spiritual growth or manifesting something material such as that business. Okay, so you guys have cleansing storms 23. Okay, 23 equaling out to 5 and matching up with the full moon that has transpired on the 23rd. Okay, for this energy to come back up again. All right, so I do and I can share 2 cards that came out with these, with the making magic, was about cleansing. Okay, and I should have kept them out so that way you guys could have seen, but it was about cleansing, like purification, and the other one was about a career, as far as it being very, very lucrative career coming. Okay, so with this cleansing storms, you have this palm here, this hand holding this woman with grass, standing in the grass, and it kind of reminds me of the tower because of this lightning that's coming from these clouds, but there is some form of like luminescent aura kind of within the clouds. Okay, little earthly in a way, some scenery there, and just this orb of light coming from her and kind of around this cloud. Okay, things are ever changing. This is also the first time this card has ever come out, so I will definitely say new energy alert. Welcome to the channel. I truly appreciate everyone's patronage. Hopefully you stick around with me for this journey. Been on here for 3 years, so definitely click that subscribe button if you vibe with these readings. But a beautiful card to come out, like I said, for the first time, and it definitely gives me that feeling of just, again, going into that isolation and really telling yourself what it is that you need to change. Okay, if you've been seeing 555s, Leos, definitely look that up. If you go on the community post, you can see I just put the most frequent angel numbers that always appear. I know I've been seeing it, and if you feel this nudging on of something to come, then that is what's about to happen. Okay, feed into that manifestation, and truly just hone in on that energy in the most positive of way. Okay, even if it's a negative feeling that you're feeling, it's because there's something that you need to change. Okay, it could be something as simple as something that used to be your favorite food makes you nauseous now. Your body does not want that anymore. It's time to get rid of it. Okay, that is just a small, minute example, but it could be beneficial to someone. Okay, in the Leo collective, you do have 22 right up under it. Okay, equaling out to 4. Focus on what it is that you want in a positive light, not what you don't want. Okay, motion, air. Okay, underneath this cleansing storms. Okay, sometimes you need to raise a lot of energy to blow away what you no longer need. An issue will come to a dramatic head. Cleanse your body. Let go of what you feel you no longer need. Be specific in your release. Harm as little as you can. Okay? Harm as little as you can. Okay? And that includes avoiding harming yourself as well. Okay? This is, of course, air energy. That in itself is a very beautiful message, again, to harm as little as you can. So in the sense of asking for or doing your own form of isolation, Leos, try to be as compassionate to people and honest as you can be about needing some space to figure out some things. Okay, which could lead to, potential sharing with someone in particular that you may have been battling with. Okay, and so again, if the conversation leads kind of to the same end result with no progress, I think you know what you need to do, Leo. Okay, so, but take the time to really think it out. Okay, that is what I think the month of May is bringing, along with June. Okay, June being a month of reflection. Okay, so we're here now with your higher self to see what the potential energy is for Leo for their higher self. 3 shuffles here. I'm going to cut so we can wrap up your reading. At the bottom of the deck, Leo, you have the law of vibration. The law of vibration, okay? Practice the art of not knowing and start flowing, okay? I swear that's what it says, okay? I don't know if y'all can read that. Practice the art of not knowing and start flowing, okay? The law of vibration. You have this woman here who is obviously vibrating and radiating into herself, okay? And just allowing the universe to flow, okay? Butterflies around her, eyes closed, and just vibing, okay? Feel that inner vibration. I don't know why, but I hear that song. It's just a good vibration. And I can't think of the artist right now. If you know, you could put it in the comments below. But for some reason, that song is in my head right now as far as hearing it. So definitely go and listen to that. Maybe just dance it out a little bit. Whatever it is that you could be, going through, let that song kind of motivate you. Okay, we're gonna go to page 73 in the book. Kind of feel like it's a note to kind of getting back to yourself. Maybe you've really changed even before 2024, this May that we're in and exiting out of right now. Maybe you've lost yourself a little bit, Leos, and kind of got wrapped up into too much business, okay? And so now, the universe is trying to pull you back into centering yourself once again, which would be triple threes. Maybe you've seen that as well, okay? So the message here says you may be going through a transitional time in your life. Get used to it. I'm sorry. That's what it says. Life is in constant movement. Change is inevitable, and nothing is still. You must get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Your higher self desires to expand to the next level. Let go of trying to control. Focus your energy and time on the areas of your life where you thrive. Every belief, thought, and feeling you have is creating the vibration and frequency of your life. As you feel positive, you will attract more positivity into your life. The universe desires for you to spend time doing things you love with people who bring you up. Expect to experience high energy and freedom. Expect to experience high energy and freedom. Get outdoors and into Mother Nature. Ground your body by putting your bare feet in the water, in the sand, or on the dirt. Take a walk through the forest or have a picnic in a park, okay? Just to reconnect and ground yourselves, Leo, okay? I think that would be very helpful for you. I know for me, I really enjoy it as long as it's not, raining. Although I do enjoy the rain when I'm inside, it does help me to kind of think and kind of quiet my mind, along with a nightly meditation and my waterfall. I still do that from time to time when I need it. And so just kind of reground yourself. That's what's needed right now in order for you to get out of this blockage, okay? And come out of it more positive and a refined and evolved you, okay? Where there is more giving than taking, okay? So, with that being said, Leos, that's all that I have for you guys today. Until your next reading, peace.